Hi Sam. Are you ready for another vocabulary lesson today?
Hi Alex. Yes, I am. What's the word for today?
Today we're learning the word.
Nötig.
It means necessary or needed, and it's a really useful word in everyday conversations.
Oh, I see. So, can you tell me what kind of situations I might use it in?
Sure. You might say,
Es ist nötig zu lernen.
meaning it is necessary to learn. The most common meaning is indeed necessary, but be careful because it can sometimes be confused with the word naughty in English since they sound similar.
That's good to know. What about the grammar? Is
nötig,
a noun or a verb?
Nötig.
Is actually an adjective. In German, you can use it to describe something that is essential. When comparing, you say,
Nötiger.
for the comparative and,
Nötigsten.
for the superlative. So, you could say,
Das ist nötiger als das andere.
meaning that is more necessary than the other.
That's interesting. What about its history? Where does the word come from?
The word
Nötig.
comes from the Old High German word,
Not.
which means need or necessity. It has evolved over time, but its core meaning has remained quite stable.
I love learning about word origins. It really adds depth to the vocabulary.
Absolutely. It gives you a greater appreciation for the language.
Can we break down
nötig,
into parts? Like, what does it consist of?
Sure. The word
Nötig.
itself cannot really be split into smaller parts since it's a single adjective. However, if you look at similar words, you might find that
Nötig.
relates to the concept of needing or necessity.
So, there's no prefix or suffix in this case.
Correct. It's a standalone word, but it's interesting how it's used in many expressions.
Do you have examples of similar words?
Yes. Let's explore a few. For example, you have,
Notwendig.
which also means necessary. It's derived from,
Not.
meaning need. Then there's,
Not.
which means emergency.
Alright, so,
notwendig,
is another way to say needed.
Exactly. Then there's,
Nötigung.
which means coercion. You can also find,
Bequem.
meaning comfortable, which is used when something feels necessary for comfort.
Got it. Any more you can think of?
Yes, how about,
Erforderlich.
which translates to required. Then there's,
verpflichtend,
meaning mandatory. And lastly,
dringend.
which means urgent.
Wow, that's a lot of words.
It is. Now, let's practice using.
Nötig.
In real-life situations. Imagine you're at work. You might say,
Es ist nötig, dass wir heute das Projekt abschließen.
meaning it is necessary for us to finish the project today.
Okay, let me try.
Es ist nötig, dass wir die Deadline einhalten.
That's perfect. It means it is necessary for us to meet the deadline.
What's another situation?
Imagine you're at the doctor. You could say,
Es ist nötig, einen Arzt zu konsultieren.
which means it is necessary to consult a doctor.
Es ist nötig, einen Spezialisten zu sehen.
Excellent. That means it is necessary to see a specialist.
And what about traveling?
Good one. You might say,
Es ist nötig, einen Reisepass zu haben.
which means it is necessary to have a passport.
Es ist nötig, eine Versicherung abzuschließen.
Great job. That means it is necessary to take out insurance.
Is there a way to remember the gender for?
Nötig.
Since
Nötig.
is an adjective, it doesn't have a gender itself. However, if you use it with a noun, you can remember that adjectives usually match the gender of the noun they describe. For example,
Die nötige Information.
where
Information.
is feminine.
That's a helpful hint.
Now let's talk about how to use it in formal and informal contexts.
Nötig.
Can be used in both settings. You might hear phrases like,
Es ist nötig, dass wir. Das ist unbedingt nötig.
and
Ich finde das nötig.
Are there words that are often confused with?
Nötig.
yes, watch out for,
Nötig.
and,
Nötigung.
as they are related but have very different meanings.
Nötigung.
Refers to coercion, while
Nötig.
is about necessity.
Can we see a few example sentences?
Of course. For instance,
Es ist nötig, dass wir uns vorbereiten.
means it is necessary for us to prepare. Then you have,
Ich fand es nötig, dir zu helfen.
meaning I found it necessary to help you.
That's clear.
Another example is,
Es war nötig, das Problem zu lösen.
which means it was necessary to solve the problem.
I think I'm getting the hang of it.
Let's do a quick recall check. What does
Nötig.
mean?
It means necessary.
Correct. Can you give me the comparative form?
Nötiger.
Right again. How about a sentence using
Nötig.
in past tense?
Es war nötig zu gehen.
Means it was necessary to go.
Excellent. What's another word we discussed that relates to?
Nötig.
Notwendig.
Perfect. And can you name a situation where you would use?
Nötig.
At the doctor, maybe.
Exactly. You did really well today, Sam. What's the main takeaway about?
Nötig.
It means necessary, and it can be used in many situations.
That's right. Keep practicing, and you'll have it mastered in no time.
Thanks, Alex. I always learn so much from you.
I enjoy teaching you, Sam. See you next time.